Hey, this is Full Game Prometheus giving you another full game recap. If you are new to my channel, make sure to subscribe and also that notification icon so you can never miss an upload. So guys, I'm rolling with some Patreon schemes, and also the playbook is going to be Detroit. A couple schemes for my Patrons and some stuff I'm actually testing. Using the Seattle Seahawks, this is the last regs update. So a lot of the players are healthy. Going against, obviously, probably the most popular team online right now is Kansas City because they won a Super Bowl. And right here, guys, I want to show this to you. Tariq Hill was wide open, but I had a guy who was manned up against him. I want to show this to you in instant replay because this is just kind of ridiculous. Look at the play. Look at Hill off to the right. My defender just bites down. He was manned up, and for some particular reason, he actually gave up a big touchdown like that. So I don't know what transpired. It was very fluky to come out of the hole like that. He did a little wheel route, but he blew past my man. He's able to go and capitalize, fall into the end zone for a quick touchdown. So 2 plays in the end zone, putting me on offense behind the 8 ball. So that's not a good way that you want to go ahead and give up a score like that really quick. You want to go have your opponent work for it. So right here, doing a little stretch play off to the right, and his opponent, his guys are out there to go ahead and stop it, so I'm forced to do the shark play. He gets a nice block shot against my center and my guard. Luckily, I hold on to the ball right there. That was a blown up play, so I just pumped the ball away. I'm not going to give him a short field. There's no reason to do anything like that. It's a long game, first quarter only. So I'm using the 34 Bear Pincho blitz, and I'm actually spreading up my defensive line. And I'm actually going to be making some adjustments and putting some people in coverage. And this really kind of screwed this guy up. This guy, I can tell you that he basically was using a lot of the meta plays, a lot of other YouTubers, and a lot of formations that I see a lot of people using online, a lot of the pros using online. But this guy didn't have his reads and progressions down. Really what he liked to do is like to scramble to the outside, wait for the play to break down, and try to hit someone streaking out of the side. So right here you can see he actually, this is here, you know, it's a common play, a block and release. He released the block. He actually took the tight end up there. So the guy knew what he was doing. He definitely knew what he was doing. He was using a lot of those many plays. I'm sure he was doing that. This wasn't a good play. He had basically 2 routes in the same area, and I'm able to go ahead and do a run commit, or I'm sorry, a QB spy commit, and that actually got him in a situation where he had to go ahead and give the ball up on a 4th down and turnover downs. So I hit him with a nice little inside draw right here. He comes out and tries to show the 34 against me. I cut off the lane, and I'm able to go off to the races, down to the 10-5, and a touchdown. So to tie this game up going into the second quarter, feeling pretty good about that situation. So back to this 34 blitz right here. What I'm doing is I'm trying to put some guys out in coverage just to go ahead and make it a little bit more difficult for this guy to make any kind of reads with his team. So he's got basically kind of a levels concept. I've got that pretty much locked up. High awareness quarterback throws the ball out of bounds because actually he was going into coverage. Right here, I push my guys off. I was still a little bit skittish over basically over that first play of the game because it's like the 3rd play. And this guy was really smart. He would jump into a run play. And fortunately for me, I've got a defender that comes over like that, but he would run into running plays and take what I gave him. So the guy was intelligent. He was a smart player. He would run in 3rd and long type of situations. He wouldn't, he wasn't extremely predictable. This is probably one of the better adjustments he makes. Hits me with a little out route. I've got a defender out there, but he actually hits me past the coverage, and Hardman is able to go in for the go-ahead touchdown, 14-7 right here. So go with the little misdirect. He gets a bad angle from me. The one thing that this guy didn't have, he didn't have very good defensive user skills. He had a hard time actually tackling me, so I was able to go to get a nice play. Come out to the quick out, and his defender's out of position. Doing a little spin move right there, get it down to the 6-yard line. Going to the stretch play right here. Try to run it inside. The guys don't hold their blocks, but I get it down to the 3-yard line. Now, right where I hear what I do is a little ISO play. I figured that he's probably going to think the stretch. My center would not hold the block over his tackle. His tackle is just eating me up. Go back to stretch play again. He gets a nice little block shed. So a 4th down situation. Just because of the way that the way this game started, I decided to go ahead and go for it in 4th down. This 4th and 2 situation. situation. He's going to have to get rid of the ball. I could potentially get a safety against him, so I thought that was a smart thing to do. So right here I come into a cover 3 setup of this defense. It just kind of changed things up a little bit, and you're going to see, watch the edge defender off to the right hand side of the screen. I think he's going to come in clean, unblocked, like the defensive tackle dumbs out. See, it dumbs out and actually jumps over the running back to go ahead and get him for a sack. So that kind of messed him up a little bit. 2nd and 16 situation. Right here I come back to basically the blitz. I want to try to get some pressure against him. I've got basically a bunch of my guys manned up. He switches things up a little bit. I push my guys back. I'm still got that Tariq Hill burn in the back of my head. I'm thinking I can't get beat over the top of the coverage. And he goes with a play action. I get some pressure off the edge and actually sack him. So 3rd and 20 situation. I go into the dollar blitz, but I have a man aligned situation, and the blitz is coming off the left-hand side. He makes a laser dot right there with the little wheel route to get a completion on a 3rd and 20. I switched up my defense. I got away from what I was doing previously. Was kind of messing him up a little bit. Right here I get another block shed sack with Clowney. 2nd and 22 situation. He is in a strong close formation, and I back my guys off. Watch this guy right here. He's going to go into the I form, and once again, I think right here actually goes for a run play, which he does. I get a nice little tackle, but the guy was willing to go and run the ball, and that goes into the second half. So in the 3rd quarter, he's got an off coverage right here, and I throw right into a hot-rotted flat route. So what he did is basically he had a basically flat route out there. I want to show this to you, and it's a replay. His back was to the sideline. He hot routed both of his outside defenders into a side. So he basically baited me into that. I made a misread. I usually throw those out routes deliberately, because usually those are wide open when I don't have a defender that falls back into it, and he just basically got me. So overthrown ball right there. It was a small passing lane. Go into this trips Y offset, throw underneath the coverage, got a nice little completion with Lockett to get a 1st down. So down 7 right here, 1st and 10 situation on the 40-yard line. Try to do a little pitch to the outside, and right here he's able to go and bottle up my run. I don't think I maybe picked up a yard, not even a yard. Go to the stretch play off to the right. He's able to go ahead and contain it, put me in a 3rd and long situation. So I see a single high safety. I'm thinking cover 3 right here, and watch the actual wheel route with Metcalf is wide open. I'm able to go and hit him with a laser and get the ball into the end zone for a touchdown to tie it up 21 all. So 2 minutes and 48 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. Go back to that cover 3 look. He's got a nice little run. Look at that little move right there. He does a little spin move, just basically knocks me out of my shoelaces and picks up some pretty good yards. I had to contain and missed it. Good play by him. So now he comes to one of those meta runs, which is a strong close off the X. So this guy basically had a super custom playbook. I put a flat route off to the other side because I knew that essentially that guy was going to be, you're going to have to attack that. So I did a hard flat off the backside. Now I'm expecting to run either in the inside or to the outside. So basically this bottled up that run. 3rd and 10 situation. He's in the I form. I pull my guys off with the anticipation he might try to do some crossing routes or do a hot run. And look, he does a nice little run to the inside, an inside zone, and actually picks it up. So I kept pushing my guys off. I still, it's one of those things that, like, you have a bad player like that, and then it just kind of sticks in your head for the entire game. And that Hill play right from the very beginning actually gets me. Right here, he actually throws into double coverage. Wagner, 98 overall, 99 overall, is able to go and get the interception. And right there, I get the ball back, and it's in play right here. So I'm thinking I'm just going to chew the clock, go for 3, just try to get a score. I take a shot up top with the fly route. Do not come down with it. If I would have left it as a post, I might have been able to get that. So right here, do a nice little run to the inside. 3rd and 8 situation. This is one of my favorites. This is basically 2 in routes. Actually streak up the 1 wide receiver. He had bad user right there because I threw right at his user and he just couldn't get himself in position. So if this guy's, he's got a lot of, like, he knows some of his plays. He knows how to make adjustments and stuff like that. But his user was the difference between him and winning this game and losing this game. So right here, hit him with a nice little run. Get some pretty good blocking with Carson, get the ball down to the 6-yard line, and I'm going to chew this clock down as much as possible. So right there at about 2 minutes and 40 seconds, get it run it down to a 2-minute warning. Second and goal situation, do a nice little inside zone. Try to take one of his time. It didn't take a timeout right there, but I got the clock down to a minute and 20 seconds left. And right here, I go with a draw play. I get really good blocking. He was actually in the cover 4 coverage, and I'm able to go up by a touchdown. So minute 12, he's got all 3 of his timeouts. I try to take away as much clock as possible, but basically in this game is an eternity. I'm going to show you the patience of this guy. So I go into cover 4. Spread defense, QB contained. I want his quarterback to scroll out, and what does he do? He starts popping with like draw plays, gets the ball out of bounds, make real smart plays, really smart plays. I'm going to stay into cover 4. I'm going to go ahead and push my guys up. I do not want to get beat over the top with a Tyreek Hill. He goes ahead and switches up his play right here. I think he's at a flex, some type of a stack flex type of play. He actually hits me with a little flat route underneath. I shoestring tackle him right there in that type of situation. Yeah, he's forced to burn another timeout. So he's got a minute, one more timeout right here. I'm going to go with this cover 4. This is drop out of the quarters defense, and actually throws a flat route. Almost picked that off. I had a defender out there. This is a 3rd and 4 situation. Hits me with a corner. Good read. Able to go and get the ball out of bounds. 47 seconds left. He's still got a timeout. He is 20 yards at the 20-yard line. He basically worked this clock perfectly because he only chewed up, basically about 30 seconds, and he's able to get the ball down into the red zone like this. So you feel he's doing really good right here. So with a man blitz, he does a little inside whip. It's almost like a inside whip route, which is a zig route or something like that. And that was actually a really good play that he actually used against me because it beat my man coverage and he got a good release with it. So 1st and goal on the 9-yard line. Hit him with a basically cover 2 shell. He actually throws to the pylon and does not catch it in bounds. 35 seconds left. Go with the cover 2. I've got to play the middle of the field. I've got to look for the middle of the field, take away his reads, hopefully get some pressure. Let's see what he blocks right here. I think he might have blocked. He blocks 6 in this type of situation. I got to take away the middle of the field. I'm looking at Kelsey. Kelsey comes across the field. My defender does not play on the opposite side, and I give up a touchdown, giving up the tie score. So 29 seconds left. I got 3 of my timeouts. Hit him a little quick out route with my wide receiver to get a 1st down. So come back to the shark play right here, and I hit the little crosser, get some fairly good blocking, get the ball out of bounds. I got 20 seconds left, about 20 yards right here. He gets a block shed with his defensive tackle once again against my safety. I go into another play, which is the underset of tray. I'm looking for the guy over the middle. I drop it down to the flat route, and I actually make a really good play with my running back. He does not click on. I get the ball down to the 5-yard line. So I needed a couple more yards to do a quick little out route. Go ahead, take a timeout, and right here I am at 36 yards out, which is like a 52-plus field goal. I'm able to go and capitalize and get a field goal to win the game against a fairly good player that basically was using all the meta plays on the line. So once again, my subscribers, thanks for your support, guys. I will be rolling out more offensive, defensive tips to take the game to the next level. And until next time.